Hello everyone, in this video I'd like to take a quick look, a deeper look at classes, and in particular setting class variables and static methods as well, which are quite different from what we did in our previous video. So let's create run.py, we'll say class a object and def init as we had earlier with self and self.member equals hello, for example, def func self print self.member. And if you remember, we could just create an object of type A and say a.func, run this, Python run, and that prints hello. If you also remember, we could pass an argument in the init function, like so, arg1, and say that the member is equals to arg1, and then print as we had self.member. If we run this, then yes, we do have to actually add some value here. There you go, some value. Okay. Now, also worth mentioning, we could have some other func which actually some other method which modifies the data. So we could have def modify self and say self.member equals modified, and now we'd say a.modify and then call a.func, and running this would actually print modified, therefore. Okay, so class variables are declared within the scope of the class itself, not within the init function. So I'll say static member equals, well, I'll call it a class member to use class variable to use Python terminology. And I'll set it to none for now. And here, the main difference is that I can call a directly, class variable equals something, and then print a dot class variable, and that prints something. So we did not need to create an object at all. And do bear in mind that you can also, if we do create an object called a, for example, with some value, and we say a dot class variable equals something else, then this is not actually a class. This is not the class variable that we're affecting. This is actually a new member variable that we have created on object A. And this member variable is called class variable, but this is not a class variable. So if we run this, you'll see it will print something as opposed to something else. Let's bring that up. Okay, so this is a little bit confusing. Basically, we can have both class variables and member variables with the same name. But anyway, that's really just a detail. Just remember that we can declare member variables and class variables in Python. Okay, so now for static methods, we'll say def dot something static, print some static method, and to declare it as being static, we need to add the decorator static method. So now we can actually just say a dot something static, run this, and as you can see, it calls some static method. So again, this is quite different from creating an object and then calling a method on that object. Static methods can also access class variables. So we can say print class variable, and we'll say a dot class variable equals some static data. Okay, and no, my bad. We cannot access class data from static methods, which is actually something which I would have expected to be the case. But no, you cannot actually do this in Python. So yeah, some interesting functionality there. But anyway, this is a quick overview of class variables and static methods as well, and the difference between member data as opposed to class variables and class methods as opposed to static methods. Thanks for your attention, and I'll see you in the next video.